Tonight on CTV News at 11:30, Morocco in Sudbury unveils its new digs out in Isilda.
Can we extract them using sustainable green technologies and at the same time clean up those materials and repurpose them?
The nonprofit is hoping it'll help them in making mining more sustainable. Plus, Pierre Poilievre makes a pit stop in Sudbury.
We need to get the Liberal government out of the way so that miners can mine.
We'll have more on his message to workers across the region. And child welfare agencies donned their best purple gear today.
Every person in Ontario has a role to support children and their families.
It comes at a time when foster parents are high in demand.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Oh, good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. It was a heated town hall in Falconbridge tonight as residents heard from mining company Glencore about a recent incident that left particles blanketing the community. CTV's Angela Gebel starts us off tonight.
We need to do better. We need to do better.
A Glencore rep stands before a crowd of over 100 residents, providing them with information and attempting to answer their questions about the dust fallout 3 weeks ago.
We're here to acknowledge that there were issues in our processes, and we are basically here to demonstrate that we are going to correct it, and we're going to keep people informed of those steps in the coming weeks.
Mayor says on the night of September 24th, the smelter was undergoing maintenance when the filters got overwhelmed and 1 cubic meter of dust came up the stack, leaving black specks on vehicles, decks, and outdoor furniture. No one at Glencore discovered the issue until the next morning after community complaints started to come in. The Ministry of Environment, Public Health, and the city were notified.
It's really important for people to be heard, and it was important for me to be here as their elected official to know that I care and that, I want to listen to what their concerns are so that I can hopefully be that place where I can try to find answers.
Mayor reassured the crowd there were no long-term health effects from the dust exposure, but residents weren't convinced. A steady stream came to the microphone seeking transparency and better and faster communication from Glencore.
Why wasn't anybody notified until we came to you?
I have multiple dates, incidents throughout the past years, and they all said that they were going to communicate better to get the information out. And again, they've still failed.
We heard loud and clear we have to get better with our response when these types of things happen. We've been operating here for almost 100 years, and we want to operate for 100 more. And we do have to make sure that we get better at responding to the community residents' concerns more rapidly.
A team from Glencore went door to door to determine how residents were impacted, and now they're trying to make it right. The company also hired cleaners to pressure wash the parks and public spaces. Angela Gebel, CTV News, Falconbridge.
A long-time dream has come to fruition in Sudbury tonight as Morocco Mining Innovation and Applied Research Corporation opened its new facility. The facility will have the goal of creating greener and more sustainable mining by breaking down mine waste and removing the minerals and chemicals that are left behind. Nadia Mikachuk has focused on this project for years, and with the help of politicians and mining companies, the Mining Innovation nonprofit now has a home, allowing them to expand on the pilot project.
There's a little bit of value, or in fact, a lot of value left over in those materials. Can we extract them using sustainable green technologies and at the same time clean up those materials and repurpose them so there's no mine waste going back into the environment? That would be the ideal scenario. It's not as easy as that sounds. Every single mine site, every single material is going to be different. So these are bespoke technologies that we're developing to extract all those elements and make sure we're having less of an impact on the environment.
Mikachuk says the ultimate goal in the future is to take all the value from the waste and leave no minerals and chemicals behind. Expanding the scale and testing different mine waste introduces new challenges that Mikachuk says is an exciting problem to solve. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre held his final stop in Sault Ste. Marie this morning at a local car dealership. Poilievre toured the shop and showroom of Superior Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, speaking with employees about their work and asking general questions about their life and struggles in the Soo. The leader of the official opposition then spoke to a small group, once again joined by former police chief and Conservative candidate Hugh Stevenson. Poilievre took aim at the Carney Liberals on a number of fronts, most notably related to community safety and bail reform, as well as trade negotiations with the United States. Later in Sudbury, Poilievre toured construction and mining contractor company Consbank Inc., where he met with workers. Poilievre was joined by Jim Belanger, Conservative Member of Parliament for Sudbury East Manitoulin Nickel Belt. He continued to talk about bail reform and the need for the federal government to fast-track Ring of Fire permits.
We have these hundreds of billions of dollars of minerals that businesses are prepared to invest in, workers are ready to help dig. Companies like this would profit off of, but the federal Liberal government blocks it with anti-development laws. So it's very simple. We need to get the Liberal government out of the way so that miners can mine, builders can build, and workers can work.
His message on mining was the federal government should get out of the way and let Canada mine its resources. This was the last stop of this Northern Ontario tour. A joint OPP investigation has taken 138 guns and prohibited devices off the streets. The OPP-led Border Drug Task Force began an investigation in February into alleged cocaine trafficking that led to the bust. A tractor-trailer heading north from Toronto in September was linked to the investigation. The truck was stopped at a transport inspection station near Timmins Shores, where police executed a search warrant seizing 72 illegal handguns, 66 prohibited devices, and cocaine. Police add all of the guns originated in the U.S. 2 Brampton men were arrested and are facing dozens of charges. A ride check Tuesday night in North Bay netted police $55,000 in drugs and cash. Police say the driver of the vehicle failed to provide a valid driver's license during the ride check at the Bypass and Frost Street area. When asked to pull over, the driver left the area and was pulled over a short distance away. During the secondary stop, one of 4 men in the vehicle was flagged wanted for robbery in London. During the arrest, investigators say they found 250 grams of heroin and more than $5,000 in cash. 2 men from North Bay and 2 from Brampton now face trafficking charges. Sudbury police have launched a 30-day program. It's called Support First 360 Community Safety Initiative for addressing the open drug scene in the city's core. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Police say community feedback has been clear. The 2022 resident survey identified community safety and police visibility as top concerns. Increasingly, residents report feeling unsafe in the downtown core, where people are routinely exposed to drug use.
We know that this addiction is bigger than individuals, and they need these intoxicating substances. However, we have a 360, and that's what it's called. And I, as the chief of police, have to ensure community safety for all involved. And so hopefully it supports first, and then if not, education, and lastly, enforcement.
GSPS says open drug use has become the new norm, and they are committing to reducing that drug activity in the next 30 days. Cunningham says if enforcement is needed, they want to ensure efforts continue through the justice system.
What we're learning is that often we see individuals go through the justice system and incarcerated for 30 or 45 days, not using those substances, and come out, and what a great opportunity to be able to then provide some supports. And so in speaking with our city partners and really working with our justice partners and the district jail and our Crown, kind of scooping those individuals as they come out and offering those supports.
It's key that it's just not a one, that the police are not the only ones trying to address this crisis that we're dealing with, right? Certainly it takes a whole government approach.
GSPS acknowledges that long-term solutions require sustained investment in affordable housing, mental health care, and addiction services, areas that fall outside the scope of policing. However, they say the urgency of the current public health and safety crisis in the downtown demands immediate action. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, the service is changing to a new online reporting system Monday. Officials say it's a step forward in innovation, making reporting services more accessible, efficient, and inclusive. CTV's Alana Everson reports.
This is a new online reporting platform, Ruby Reports, that will replace the current CopLogic system. Greater Sudbury Police say it offers a more mobile-friendly reporting for non-emergency crimes and incidents.
It has geolocation through Google Maps to provide a more accurate location, which assists us with crime analytics, as well as uploading images and videos that are 3 gigabytes or larger. So if you've captured an individual or a crime on a doorbell or on a security camera, you are now able to upload it directly through our online reporting system.
Ruby Reports also offers multilingual support in over 50 languages.
And enhancing these things will make it better for diverse communities to be able to, have a safe voice and provide them a psychological safety from being able to use it as a mobile-friendly and a user-friendly platform with their language of choice, of course, and also at the end of the day, making sure that their voices are heard.
Police say the new system also supports the online reporting of sensitive incidents.
This includes sexual assault, human trafficking, and hate crimes, as well as hate-motivated incidents. These go directly to our Criminal Investigations Division, to officers who are specifically trained in trauma-informed investigations.
Greater Sudbury Police say the new system will help reduce the number of times a survivor will have to recount their experience and will allow them to report when they are ready from any place of safety. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
The shelter-in-place order issued for Brunswick House First Nation east of Chapleau has been lifted. Anishinaabe police responded to a disturbance call October 12th and found a man injured from a suspected shooting at a home. The victim was taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say they're still looking for the suspect, but believe there is no longer a threat to the community. Sudbury OPP are looking for the public's help after a camper was stolen north of the city. The beige and black 2019 Keystone 32 DBH model camper trailer was last seen parked on Crown land off Camp 700 Road in an unincorporated township north of Sudbury along Highway 144. Officers are trying to find the person or people responsible for removing the trailer. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. The city of Timmins is moving ahead with a new fire hall. Salter Pilon Architecture has been awarded the 4-year, $1.8 million architectural and engineering contract for the build. The new fire hall will address issues with the current facility on Cedar Street, such as poor layout and its small size. You can read more on this story by going to our website at CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. The North Shore Health Network is advising the public that 2 of its emergency departments will be closed tomorrow. Both the Thessalon and Richards Landing sites will be closed Friday, with both expected to reopen Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. Those needing medical care can go to Sioux Area Hospital or the site in Blind River. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, a look at the current conditions, and we've got lots of cloud cover right across the region, everywhere except Parry Sound. Cooler temperatures, but that's probably about average for this time of year. 8 in Wawa, 4 in Timiskaming Shores. Little cool on the island at 6. We'll have details coming up in a moment.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, for the last couple of nights, I've been talking about the possibility of shower activity in northeastern Ontario for this weekend, and it's coming as early as overnight in Sault Ste. Marie. And of course, it will continue all day tomorrow, and at times it will be heavy depending on your locale. Let's take a look at the forecast radar. This is what it's going to look like at around noon tomorrow across the northeast, and continuing with that trend into Saturday at 3 a.m. An early start for the precipitation and continue up until supper time on Saturday as well. We'll keep a close eye on that. Now your numbers for the next couple of days. Sudbury Nickel Belt, here we go with showers for a couple of days at 10 and 13. Rain on Sunday at 12. Chance of showers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 13, 10, and 7. Your daytime highs, a chance of precipitation at 30%. Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma, showers for a couple of days at 15 and 18. Rain on Sunday at 12. Chance of showers for 3 consecutive days at 30, 60 and 30%. 14, 10 and 8 your daytime highs, cooling off by about midweek next week. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, showers for 2 days at 11 and 17. Rain on Sunday, 13. Chance of showers Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, 13, 10 and 6. A rather cool 6 by next Wednesday in Timmins, Cochrane and Kapuskasing. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, showers for a couple of days at 10 and 14 your daytime highs. 14 Sunday with the rain. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Chance of showers at 40, 30 and 30%. And again, your daytime highs hovering around 13, 11 and 7. You can see the big drop in temperature from the weekend of 14 down to 7 by Wednesday, and that trend will continue into next Thursday as well. How about North Bay and West Nipissing? Showers for a couple of days at 10 and 17. Rain on Sunday, 16 degrees, your daytime high Monday. Chance of showers 40%, 13. More of the same on Tuesday, 30% this time. Daytime high of 11, and Wednesday a high of only 7. Chance of showers at 30%. That is well below normal. Ian Campbell, the rain is coming. Are you prepared? Get ready. We're in for consecutive days of precipitation Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday. Back to you.
Thanks, Rick. Well, federal funding that will help improve the state of Sault Ste. Marie's roads was outlined today. The annual Canada Community Building funding has been around for decades, previously known as the gas tax. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma MP Terry Sheehan says that the Sioux would be receiving just under $5 million per year for the next 4 years, though funding will go up in year 3. Municipalities are able to use the funds for a range of infrastructure projects. With $11 million more per year needed for roads in the community, Mayor Matthew Shoemaker says the money will help.
The city's allocation of money, of its budget money to roads, has not grown much over the last 20 years, but having the supplemental gas tax and additional money from the province that comes in every now and then for special projects has allowed us to do more roads while keeping the impact on the local taxpayer as low as possible.
I like this as a former city councillor, that it's the mayor and city council that make the decision on where this $20 million will go over the next 4 years, because, you know, they're the closest to the people on the street, and you know, they know the needs of their particular community.
Shoemaker notes that the 4-year cycle of this funding is helpful when council is planning annual budgets. Sudbury MP Vivienne Lapointe announced a FedNor announcement of $410,000 this morning at Place des Arts. The investment will allow for training, mentorship, and creative residencies in northern Franco communities. Place des Arts has reported deficits since opening in 2022. However, the executive director of the Francophone Center believes this year the organization will break even.
You have to keep in mind that Place des Arts is a startup business. We've only been open for 3 years. So there was a rough ride for a while, but we're correcting that. In fact, right now, with just what we're doing right now, we bring in terms of economic impact in the downtown core, about and probably more than $15 million in economic impact downtown.
Over the next 3 years, the Francophone Center will start training modules in cultural management, marketing, and entrepreneurship, allowing people to earn certificates. Well, today was Dress Purple Day at Children's Aid Societies and Indigenous Child and Family Wellbeing Agencies across Ontario. It comes at a time when the Children's Aid Society is in desperate need of foster parents. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
There is a dire need for foster parents in Nipissing and Parry Sound.
Anybody who can give any level of commitment. So if you can be a volunteer driver, if you can help rock babies at the hospital and be a volunteer with us, if you can be a support for a couple of different foster homes.
More than 60 children and youth are supported by the Children's Aid Society. Half of them are under the age of 10. And more than a third of them have been placed outside their communities, away from family, schools, and other support.
We don't want that to happen. We know that that's not in the best interest of children. So becoming a foster parent is really helpful and extremely important.
This plea comes a week before Foster Parent Appreciation Week, a time to recognize the commitment and care foster families provide. Today is also Dress Purple Day.
Every person in Ontario has a role to support children and their families. It's a shared responsibility across schools, healthcare, social services, justice sectors, and neighborhoods.
Foster care includes full-time, part-time, and short-term relief caregivers, even people who can offer transportation, mentorship, and practical help. The Children's Aid Society has seen a shift in the foster parent demographic.
Older couples and older, ladies who stayed at home. That's not what we're seeing anymore. We're really seeing kind of younger people coming on board, people who have never parented before even, single parents.
The Children's Aid Society is also actively recruiting for a live-in house parent for its North Bay-based transitional care home. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
A fixture in Sault Ste. Marie's classic car scene was laid to rest today with a unique send-off fitting of his passion for cars and community. Gary Trembinski Sr. passed away on October 8th. Today, a funeral procession doubled as a final Queen Street cruise for the event's longtime chair. He organized the cruise for many years, and dozens of muscle cars, hot rods, and sports cars took a tour of the city to respect the life of Trembinski, passing by areas of note in his life. The former city councillor and school board trustee leaves behind a wife and 3 sons. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. We'll take you to the Sudbury Arena, where the Wolves are getting a little nostalgic this season. Back in a moment. The Sudbury Wolves players and staff gathered at the arena today for 3 announcements about the upcoming season. CTV's Madison Merrier has the play-by-play.
Sudbury Wolves spoke about the season to come with the official announcement of the new captains leading the pack.
We have a great room this year. Everyone's very respectable, so it's pretty easy to be a captain of this team, obviously, and I mean, anyone in that room could probably wear the letter.
The captains recognized their slow start to the season and said they are going back to basics to achieve their goals.
The biggest thing is just kind of staying positive and keeping level-headed, not getting too high, not getting too low on yourselves.
If we just keep working hard and playing the right way, us leaders, we're going to lead the way every day, and I think that we're going to overcome this hump and have a lot of success moving forward.
The team also showed off the 3rd jersey, giving fans some retro nostalgia.
This is what the Wolves wore back in the day, so I think it's pretty cool, and hopefully it kind of brings some old-time hockey, just playing the old school way, grinding it out.
The team announced its 20-year-long sponsorship with Desjardins, the new presenting sponsor for the next 3 years.
It's almost perfect timing. The 3 years of this presenting partnership program that we just signed will dovetail exactly with, there's only 3 years left in this old barn, at which point in time in 2028 I'm hoping to see a brand new arena in downtown Sudbury.
Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Only one game across the north tonight, this one over in the NOJHL. The French River Rapids were in Sudbury tonight taking on the Cubs. Sudbury wins this one 5-2. One of the world's largest and most innovative satellite operators is constructing a landing station in Timmins. Telesat is clearing a parcel of land on La Forest Road near the Highway 655 intersection. The company says the landing station will connect data from its advanced satellite network to specific locations on Earth. It'll be one of 6 locations in Canada and one of 50 throughout the world. Telesat says Timmins offers access to superior telecommunications infrastructure, making it the right choice for its project.
This will be what is a critical infrastructure, ground infrastructure for our satellite constellation, is called landing station. This is a premises which actually carries traffic from our state-of-the-art satellites to the nearest point of presence on the ground. So that landing station at Timmins will carry this traffic to the Northern Ontario.
Construction of satellite antennas and networking equipment will begin next spring. For a 10th year, a church in Sudbury is collecting mittens to ensure children and youth have proper outdoor clothing this winter. All Nations Church is accepting donations for its annual Mountain of Mittens campaign. Each year, the church connects with local schools to determine the need across Sudbury-Manitoulin region. The goal this year is to collect 2,000 pairs of mitts. Donations can be homemade, store-bought, or gently used mittens and toques.
In the kids ministry, kids are very sad to hear that their friends don't have mittens, and it really excites them to go and find mittens, to find the money, to go through, see if there's a pair they haven't worn before. And from our church family and our community, they're excited to hear that schools are partnering and getting the help that they need for the students who are looking for warm clothes, warm mitts.
Donations will be collected until November 30th. What a great cause and a nice thing they're doing. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Thursday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Thanks for watching. Good night.